ladies, today we will be cleaning and decorating for fall. So you will get lots of motivation to get your house in order and add just a few touches to make it nice and cozy for the fall season. So let's get right into it. We are starting with cleaning the front door. It definitely needed some deep cleaning. I don't know if I show it exactly, but the paper towel was pretty dirty. So it is not the door that we, use to enter the house, probably like most of your houses, but it is definitely the door where I, open it to get my Amazon Prime deliveries and when we sometimes go for a walk and stuff like that. So it's because it's not kind of used as often as the other door. It's, as you can see from the outside, it's very dirty. And I haven't cleaned it in a while. So it was definitely time. I got some new decoration for the front door, so I wanted to make sure I actually clean it first before we start the decorating process.
Do you ever call back? Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not.
So I have been seeing those signs for, like the welcome home signs for the front door, where you could switch up like the decor depending on the season. So I decided to get one from Amazon and it was actually very inexpensive. It's on a smaller side, as you can see, it's not huge, but I thought it was a very nice touch, especially, we can change the decor seasonally, so we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how sturdy it is. It looked pretty good, so I also got a new mat for the front door. We never actually had like a welcome mat for shoes by the front door. I don't know why. We just never did, so I decided to grab one as well. And I thought it had some nice colors that are, perfect for not just for the fall, but it's kind of something that can stay there throughout all the seasons. And the other thing I got was this plant from Costco. On that day, I went to Costco and I grabbed one. It was for a little bit under $15, so it's huge. I don't actually you probably can see how big it is over here, but I put it by the front door, and the only thing that is bothering me right now is that sticker that you can see from the back, but I decided, I'm the only one who sees that, and it didn't remove very easily, so I decided to just let it be.
Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Do I ever let go of the days?
And the next thing on the list was to clean up in that little corner. As you can see, that rug was destroyed. I started its destruction by accident when I went with my vacuum cleaner over that and it pulled on one of the threads. And then our puppy took care of the rest. So once, it's kind of like, the cat, when you give them a yarn, they're gonna keep pulling on it. That's exactly what she did. So I grabbed one from Costco when I was there. And my husband, as soon as he saw it, he's like, you know what, isn't it a waste of money? She's probably going to destroy it as well. And I said, no, because I did it with the vacuum cleaner. She just kind of helped me out. Well, I was wrong. My puppy got to it the same day and pulled on one of the string. Now, she did it accidentally because she was playing with one of those bones, the chewing bones, and it got attached to the rug when she pulled it. But nonetheless, that did not last longer than a few hours in our house. So, lesson learned, that if I'm getting a new rug for there, it's going to be one that it's kind of meant for the front door and there is no thread to pull out of. And I was cleaning up the kitchen island because, per our typical habit, everything ended up on top of it. Because it was a Friday evening, there was a lot of things I wanted to go through, like the kids' backpacks, making sure everything is out of there. This was right before the long weekend. So I just needed to make sure that, any paperwork, everything was taken out of there.
You and me stuck on the ocean now, nothing but waves in this filling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here. All my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome.
And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Marta. I am a full-time working mom of 2. And on my channel, you see a lot of videos about house and time management. So if that is something you enjoy, make sure that you subscribe down below and like this video. And those are just a few items I got for the fall. I did order that off of Amazon. It was relatively inexpensive. I just wanted to get a few things to kind of get that cozy and warm feeling for the fall. I typically decorate in a very simplistic style, so I don't go overboard. It's just a few touches here and there, which you're gonna see later on in this video. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that I clean the house before, I get to the decorating. So this was Friday. I started on my cleaning. I'm gonna finish up tomorrow, and then we're gonna get to the fun part of adding those few fall touches. So let me know in the comments, how do you like to decorate for fall? Is it something you go all the way out? You love to add lots of pumpkins and things of that nature, or are you more on a minimalistic style where it's just few touches here and there? So let me know in the comments. And also let me know if you already started decorating for the fall.
Let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not dare. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not dare. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not dare. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not dare. We do not. Yesterday we could be ourselves. Didn't have much, but nevertheless we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me.
And the last thing on Friday evening that I needed to do was to clean the sink. That's something I do every single week. Sometimes I do it twice a week, but typically once a week is all I can manage in my time as a busy working mom. So every other week I will use a little tool, kind of like an electric brush, to clean up all the corners. I got that a few weeks ago and I shared it in my previous videos. So yes, I do use it, but once I do it 1 week, it stays cleaned in those corners for the next about 2 weeks. So I don't use it every time, but it's definitely a great tool to keep those corners of my sink very clean.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down.
before, I got those brushes to clean my bottles. And this is one of those things that while I love Amazon, sometimes it makes me buy things that are not exactly what I had in mind. So I just wanted a brush to clean the bottles. And the first few things that kept popping up was like, 4 baby bottles, which I guess it doesn't make a difference. But I was like, oh, you know what, those ones look a little better. There were a few of them. There were like brushes for the straws and like different shapes, and it was very inexpensive. But then when they came, they are huge. They do their job. It's not like they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they're extremely long. So when I clean those bottles, I tend to splash water all the way around. So lesson learned, I really have to look at the description and see how big they actually are. So let me know if you've made that mistake before for anything when it seems like it's a great idea and then you get it and it's like, no, that's not what I had in mind. So that was definitely the case here.
Something knocked you out. You felt your limitation.
And I also wanted to share with you a quick recipe for a tortilla soup. I have never made it, and I pulled some recipes and then ended up doing everything, my own way because I was missing some ingredients or I had to substitute. But it's kind of like chili where you can just throw a bunch of things into a crock pot and let it cook. So I had 1 onion that I chopped up at first. I then added some fresh tomatoes from our garden instead of the canned ones because I didn't have anything in a can. So I figured, why not use the fresh ones? So I just used the cherry tomatoes. I just cut them up. Then I had some rotisserie chicken left over, so I just cut it up into smaller pieces. It's supposed to be shredded, but that didn't come out the way I wanted to. I had a can of corn and a can of black beans that I had added. And then I also had chiles. I had enchilada sauce. I added some spices that had like garlic, salt, pepper. I had chili, I had cumin, and I had a couple of bay leaves. And it called for, I think, chicken stock, which of course I did not have in hand, but I had this, I think it's called better than bouillon flavoring. So I did that with a couple of cups of water. And it cooked for, I think, about 6 or 7 hours. I did put it actually on high at first, and then I lowered it down because I started this way too late in the day. So this was already Saturday, and I think I set it up at 10. But it was even better the second day. So definitely something that I will be cooking again. I definitely do more crockpot meals during like the colder months. So things like chili and soups. So the season has officially started for that, even though it's still nice outside. It's not hot. Well, some days it still is. I mean, I live in the Chicago area, so you just never know. But definitely one of the things I look forward to in the colder months is those, homey meals that are nice and warm and that you can just throw in a crock pot and let it cook by itself. So let me know if you have any like favorite things that you like to cook during the fall and winter season.
Stepped into my life, such a magic feeling when you tore down my walls. I wish I could go back to right before you told me I'd try to change it all. But look at us now.
Another nice thing about having your meals cooked in a crock pot is that once you actually assemble it, and wash the dishes that you have made dirty while you were preparing your food, it's so much easier to keep the kitchen clean. I feel like when I am cooking, there is just so many more dishes, and it's a process, throughout like the whole time it's cooking, I make some other dishes dirty. And with this one, it's almost like you set up your dinner in the morning, you wash the dishes, and you don't have to worry about that for the rest of the day because lunches are usually pretty easy and they don't make that much mess. But I feel like with dinner, it's just never ending dishes and stuff that you have to clean in the kitchen. So that's another definite bonus of the crockpot meals.
Could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now. This is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. Strangers again. We're like strangers again. I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. We'd never fall, could have tried much harder. Now all we have are scars. You said we'd get so high, higher up than heaven. You said we'd reach the stars.
And before I moved on to the other parts of the house, I really wanted to make sure the kitchen was all nice and clean. We have an open concept in our house, so I feel like anytime the kitchen is clean, the whole house looks much cleaner, and two, a clean kitchen is always motivating me to keep on cleaning throughout the rest of the house. So let me know if that's the same way for you as well.
Look at us now, could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now, this is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. Strangers again. We're like strangers again. I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers.
So this is just a little preview of all the decor that we have. It's not really a lot. As you can see, it's a lot of pumpkins that are from Dollar Tree from I think a year or two ago, and just some few decor pieces. Now, this is the cabinet in my living room that really needed some love. I don't know if even the camera is giving you a good look at how dirty it is inside. I tried to put it on my finger so you can actually see, but it was very dusty in there. It's a cabinet that's locked, so that's why, I don't just open it, so I don't see it as much. For the first or the last couple of weeks as I was cleaning this cabinet on the top, I did notice, like I could visibly see the dust in there. So I decided, it was time. And because I was decorating later on, I thought this would be a perfect time because it was kind of like, it's going to be a little reward. And what I just showed are the little paw prints from our two dogs that we have lost over the past, what was it, like year and a half? So I decided to take it out with a little baggie and actually put it on display. And as you saw, it was very dusty in there. So, but like I was saying, because I was decorating in this, on that day, I wanted to have my decorating as kind of a reward for actually tackling that cabinet. It has been on my list for a few weeks, but it was always, I don't know, very daunting because there's a lot of stuff in there. It's a lot of things that we brought from the trips with my husband before we had kids. Some of them are when the kids were already here. So just a lot of things. I do like the fact that it's locked away so it doesn't get dusty all the time, because otherwise I would have to clean it much more often. But it's still not something I really enjoyed doing. So my daughter did help me with one of them. She saw me doing the upper one. She's like, oh, I really want to help. And then quickly after that one shelf, she's like, no, I'm good. I'll go back to playing and watching TV as you finish the rest of it. But let me know if you also tend to bring little things like that from your trips. If you travel, if you enjoy traveling, do you bring a little um, things to kind of remind you of your time in, on your trip?
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes city dancing through the night, but I'm not there. You've got me soaring in the clouds. And as the ocean is surrounding me, baby, I'm sure we lost track of time. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes
And what you do see me doing over here is I am removing from the bottom of our chairs because we don't have a rug yet in our living room. It is on a to-do list at some point of things to buy, but we don't want to scratch the floor. So it has like those little, I don't even know what they're called, but it's kind of like a sticky thing that you put on the bottom of your chair. So when you're moving it, it's not destroying the floor. It's not scratching it. And yes, I did nick myself with a knife one few seconds ago. But it took forever. I wanted to switch it up because our puppy is shedding so much. We are not used to it. Our previous two dogs did not shed at all, or one of them did very minimally. So we just noticed there was just so much of her hair on the bottom of those chairs. We couldn't remove it anymore. So I decided to just switch it up. We just have to get in a better habit of vacuuming every other day at least. So it thinks, her hair just doesn't pile up everywhere. So we are just working on making it better and not to pile up like that. So I did switch all of the chairs. It took forever. That's why you don't see a footage from all of it. But actually, that first chair was the worst, and then it got better. But it's something that I'm definitely looking forward to getting a rug because then we're not gonna have this problem. And also, she likes to take it off the chairs, and she is so skilled that somehow I have a similar chair in my office, and I am sitting on it, and she's sitting next to me, and the next thing I see is she has it in her mouth. I'm like, how did you even do that? I am literally sitting on this chair, and somehow you managed to get it out of me or from under me from the chair. So definitely something I am looking forward to replacing with a rug in both in the dining room or under the dining room table and in my office as well.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down. deep down. And it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, yeah, I can carry all that you've got. Two heavy hearts is not a lot. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall. And it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire.
And if you're wondering why am I crazy and vacuuming the table, so I cleaned the table before, then I put those chairs, and then I was removing those little sticky things from under them. And like I said, because there was a lot of our dog's hair attached to it, it still made a mess on the table. So I was debating what's the most efficient way to actually clean it so I don't have to clean twice. That's why I vacuumed under the table first. And then as I was removing the chairs, I vacuumed the table. And then later on, I cleaned the table again. I wiped it down. I don't think I show it in this video, but that's why I had to kind of figure out the way to do it so I'm not spreading your hair all over again on the floor.
If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light.
So this year I decided to get some decorative pillows for our couch for the fall. I typically don't do that, but I was trying to see, what I can add to the room to make it more like, fall decor. And I thought pillowcases were a great and inexpensive way to do that. At first, I wanted to grab some pillows, but when I was shopping at even like at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, they were all on the expensive side for me personally for like a pillow. And I thought, I'm gonna get it for fall, then Christmas, I'm gonna have to get a different ones. And then I remembered that I actually have those pillows from IKEA where you can remove the cover. So I found some pillow covers on Amazon, and I said, you know what, that's probably the best thing I can do. And I really like how they are simple. They don't have like pumpkins or turkey on it. It's just kind of the fall color. So I went with 2 of those, just exchanged the covers, and I bought a little blankie. It's mainly for my daughter because she does like to sit on the couch and cover herself up with a blankie, especially in the morning. And she tends to like drag it from the bedroom all the way down every morning, and I have to drag it all the way back up before she goes to sleep. So I thought I'll just get a little one for the couch, so it can serve as a decoration of sorts and actually be functional, and something we can actually use. So we moved on to the last part of this video, which is decorating again. It's a simple decorating. It's nothing over the top, just few touches here and there. And as a typical me, you're gonna see me kind of going back and forth with decorations. I was trying a few different areas. A lot of those things are being reused from last year. The only new thing that I got was the pumpkin, and I got it at Home Goods. So, but most of the stuff is from a Dollar Tree, or from a Target, the dollar spot area. And this thing that I'm doing right now, that's actually from Costco. Those are like two branches that light up. I did see it when I was in Costco the day prior. I think it was like $14.95 or something like that. And I thought it would be a perfect addition. Again, something that's very simple and something it was tall enough for that spot in there. So I had my flour there before, so I moved that and just added a few pumpkins over there. Now, it definitely would be better if I had like a vase that was taller and more sturdy, but I didn't have it yet, so I just used what I had. If I find one as I am shopping over the next couple of weeks, I'll switch it up. But for now, I just use a regular flower vase that we had. I put them in, and the only reason why it didn't really work, it was one, I wished it was a little taller, and two, it was not very sturdy. So I was just afraid it's gonna like fall over, but it did not. It was by the wall, so I made it work. If I find something better, I'll replace it. If not, it's just gonna stay like that until I eventually find something for that corner that's gonna fit perfectly. But I decided I am not gonna just go and constantly buy things because I think it's gonna look better. I'm trying really hard to kind of balance it out and just get a few things and not spend a lot of money on something that's, in a grand scheme of things, not that important.
Do you ever call back? Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again, again, again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own.
Another thing that I was really wanting to do this year is kind of keep all the decor not only to a kind of a minimum, but kind of keep them more like elegant and something that I really enjoy looking at. And that meant that we had quite a few things that were more like for the kids. Like for example, what I'm doing here, some decor for like Halloween and stuff. And my daughter really wanted still to see those. So I said, you know what, instead of us putting that in the living area, why don't we put some of those pieces in your playroom? That way you can actually see it every day and it's not clashing with the other things that I have in the living room. And she was extremely happy with that solution. So I just decided to include a clip of me just putting a few pieces here and there in the playroom. Again, it's all the stuff we already had. I didn't buy anything new, but it did make her happy. So I decided to just do that for her and for our son. Although he definitely does not care too much whether we have any decor whatsoever. So she's definitely more of, somebody who likes things to be decorated. She has been asking for fall decor for weeks now, but he definitely did not care either way.
Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Do I ever let go of the days I wish we had? Stop crying over things I can't take back, not yet. Do I ever forget? Erase your pretty face inside my head, wishing you the best of life instead. Well, not
So that's all the decor, and this is the tortilla soup that I have made. I don't know if it looks like a typical tortilla soup or not, because like I said, I've never had it before, but it really tasted amazing. And I think I said it before, it tasted even better the next day. So I just ate it with some warmed up tortillas. And that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.